of you ever have had to make an impetuous decision that you then later regretted? That you thought to yourself, why did I make that decision? And I can see some of you nodding and some of you putting your hands up, and I can think you all can relate. And I, unfortunately, have made that mistake too often. And I have to say that I can see that that has happened also with some of our politicians that are been coming on television. We see them give responses to some of the questions, and I think they may be too impetuous, and so they give those responses that they later regret. And I'll give you my one experience that happened with one of my clients. I am both a speaker, as many of you know, as well as a real estate agent. So one of my clients gave me a call one day and said, oh, I found this house, I love it, I think it's going to be amazing, can we go and take a look at it? And it was the middle of the day, about 12 o'clock on a Tuesday, and I said, sure, absolutely, just let me give a call to that listing agent and make sure that it's okay for me to go take a look. And she said, okay, no problem. So I gave a call to the listing agent. I said, so I see your house is on the market. My client's very interested. Do you mind if I go and show her the property? Oh, no, not a problem. It's on super lockbox and you have the keys, so you can just get it anytime you want. I said, perfect, thank you so much. Gave my client a call and I said, so they said it's perfectly fine for us to go over. Can you meet me there in an hour? She said, absolutely, perfect. So we both meet in front of the house, and I said, okay, are you ready to look at this beautiful house? She said, absolutely. It's a wonderful home. I know it's going to be. So I get the lockbox key. I get the key out, get into the property, and I make sure I knocked beforehand. I didn't hear anybody, and so when I got in, I said, is anybody home? Is anybody home? Complete silence. I said, perfect. It's going to be a great opportunity for us to go take a look at this house. So I start to walk into the house in front of her, and we get into the family room, and I'm looking in the family room, and then I see this stuffed dog. And I think, these people must be very wealthy, because getting a stuffed dog is very expensive. So I went up to it, and it was about yay high, and I thought, wow, this must be very expensive. These people must have a lot of money, and this house is pretty nice. So I went up to it, and as I'm up to it, I then look at it, and then all of a sudden I see that the dog is moving, and the dog does, bah! And I said, oh my gosh, the dog is moving, and we start running away, and I start to run, and my client and I, and we're making an impetuous decision at this point, we're running and running, the dog's running after us, and then we went past the front door, and we went upstairs, and we went into the room. And I thought to myself, and I spoke to my client, I said, what should we do? The dog's downstairs. She said, I don't know, you're the real estate agent. I said, okay, I know I'm a real estate agent. They didn't ask us on the exam about dogs. Okay, I already gave the call to the listing agent. What did the listing agent want me to do? Die? This is an unbelievable situation. So I said, okay, we have to make a plan. Already we made a bad, impetuous decision. We ran past the door. We should have ran out of the door, not upstairs into the room. So we both are locked. We're barricaded in the room. We say, okay, one person at a time. That's the best way to get out of here. Okay? One person at a time. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because you're my client, I'm going to let you go first, and I'll become the barrier. Okay? I'll become the barrier. If it attacks me, it's okay. If it attacks you, it's a liability for me later on. Okay? So what I do is I go out to the staircase and I take a look and I say, okay, it looks like it's clear. It looks like it's clear. I said, okay, we're going to go on 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to run down, and I'm going to run in front of you like a shield, and then you're going to run out of the front door. I said, are we okay? She said, yes. I said, 3, 2, 1. We both didn't move still, because we were so scared. Finally, I said, okay, we have to do this, otherwise we're never getting out of this house, and the dog's going to attack us. And it was a very large dog, as I said before. Very large dog. Mouth was yay high. I don't know what was going on with these people. They had a dog that was malicious. Okay. So we said, okay, fine, I'm going to go down. So 3, 2, 1. I ran down and I said, okay, it's clear, it's clear. She went out the door. She closed the door behind her. So I ran back upstairs thinking, I have a client that I'm never going to keep. This lady is crazy. She wants me to die with this malicious dog. Okay? So I ran upstairs and I thought, okay, I have to do this. I have to get out of this house. I cannot have this be the way that it says on my memorial, that it says, way to die, eaten by dog. You know, I don't want that to be the way that I tell people that's how I die. So, or people, other tell people, I'll be dead. Impetuous decision, people, impetuous decision. I didn't know what I was going at this point. So I said, okay, I'm going to run out of that door, and even if it gets my leg, I'm going to let it get my leg. I'm going to have to throw something at it. I'm going to take a shoe off. So I took my shoes off, and I had them so I could throw them at the dog in case the dog came after me. I ran down the stairs, and I saw the dog, and I threw the shoes at it, and then I closed the door behind me, and I said, thank God I'm alive. And then I gave a call to that listing agent and said, what did you think? I wasn't going to survive? She said, everything's fine. Yes. And that's why I tell you, impetuous decisions are not a good decision. What I should have done was taken a breath when I saw the dog was going to attack me and not blow it up as I did. And then we could have ran out the front door rather than running up the stairs and then having a client that made me as the barrier. And I hope that's what you take away from this story. You say to yourself, the next time I have a horrific situation as I did, you'll think to yourself, I need to not make it an impetuous decision. Instead, I need to take a breath and make a plan. That's the evening.